Some huge rumors and reports are circulating for the Bloodline, so we'll check that out. We'll also see what's up with Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, and more. Starting things off with the Bloodline and all of the big rumors surrounding them right now. Following Roman's world title win at WrestleMania 42, that was immediately followed up by a revival of the Bloodline faction on WWE television. Roman convinced Jimmy and Jay to join him, and after some victories over Jacob, Roman was able to get Jacob to fall in line as well, officially bringing the Bloodline back to the original 3 members, and Jacob now being involved as the 4th man. And this entire reboot to the Bloodline has been a very controversial topic of conversation amongst the community ever since they were brought back. You got your hardcore Bloodline fans that love the fact that the group is back on television together in 2026. But then you got your other group of fans that still feel some fatigue from the Bloodline's most recent 4-year-long run, and how they feel like it was way too soon to bring the group back in full force again. So that has created a little division in the community amongst those two sides. And now rumors are making waves on what exactly could be happening here with the Bloodline's revival. According to several new rumors that are circulating, they claim that the Bloodline story is here to stay and not going anywhere anytime soon. Rumor has it that this current Bloodline storyline and faction is expected to continue on WWE television at least throughout WrestleMania 43 season. Which isn't really a shocker at all. The Bloodline is pretty much WWE's bread and butter at this point. It's a safe option, it's hard for it to fail, you got a lot of nostalgia from the early 2020s really supporting it, so it does make sense for them to fall back on the Bloodline story and really ride it out until mid-2027 with WrestleMania 43. That means the Bloodline story will remain prominently featured for the back half of 2026. They will have a big role to play on the road to WrestleMania 43 in early 2027, and will of course play a big role at WrestleMania itself next year. Originally, when Roman won the world title back in April and said that he would be full-time for the summer months, a lot of the early guesses from fans was that Roman would possibly hold the title until SummerSlam and pass it on to someone like Oba Femi at the show. And now that the SummerSlam card is quickly coming together, we can see that it doesn't really seem like Roman will be dropping the title at that event since he is being put against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is of course right around Roman's same age group, so dropping the title to Seth really wouldn't count as passing the torch or creating a new star. So Roman is the favorite to retain the title there in that spot against Seth. But we know WWE really loves to swerve the fans if something seems way too obvious, so again, you never really know what they have up their sleeve. But crazy twists aside, it does seem like Roman will be walking out of SummerSlam as the world champion. This SummerSlam main event program also has the narrative going that Roman Reigns has never beat Seth Rollins when it counts in a big premium live event singles match. It's the one thing that Roman really hasn't checked off his career so far. So if Roman picks up this win straight up over Seth Rollins, that'll finally get that box checked off for Roman. Which is a pretty big deal. Roman has pretty much accomplished everything there is to accomplish at this stage in his career, but beating Seth in a big event is the one new thing he still has to do. So it's nice to see Roman doing something that he hasn't done before. So with no one really expecting Roman to drop the title to Seth at SummerSlam, at that point it does seem like Roman would hold the title throughout the remainder of 2026 and into the WrestleMania 43 season. And considering all of the momentum they're giving Oba Femi right now, with potentially multiple wins over Brock Lesnar, you gotta assume that it's gonna be Oba Femi stepping up to the plate to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 43. Maybe he'll use his unused King of the Ring opportunity, or maybe Oba will win the opportunity again through something like the Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber, but surely Roman versus Oba has to be the match that will take place at WrestleMania 43. Oba Femi seems like the only new and upcoming star that's being properly prepared to not only go toe-to-toe with Roman Reigns, but definitely dethrone him as well. You look around the roster right now, there's a lot of great young talent, but when you're talking about young stars that are ready to dethrone Roman Reigns in 2027, Oba Femi definitely stands out from the crowd. He would definitely be ready for that moment in 2027, potentially on the big stage of WrestleMania. Like we said before, they can always swerve us like they love to do and have Roman drop the title unexpectedly, but with all these rumors that the Bloodline story is staying strong throughout mid-2027, that's what does make it seem like Roman's world title reign could extend to the mid-2027 as well. And that's not the only thing going for the Bloodline right now. It's also been reported this week that Zilla Fatu, the son of the late great Umaga, is reportedly on his way to WWE soon and can pop up at any given moment. Although young talent usually has to go through WWE's NXT brand, there's a lot of fans wondering if Zilla can get instantly called up and make a shock debut to align himself with Roman and the Bloodline right away. The Elders throwing Zilla into the picture with the Bloodline does make sense for the story. The Elders always got their eyes on everything that's going on, and if they feel like the time is right to send one of their younger family members, they won't hesitate to send him in there. And it seems like Zilla is next in line to get a spot in the Bloodline. This is a debut that WWE fans have been talking about for years now. So if this is really happening, you would expect this debut to happen on a huge stage, definitely a premium live event stage. And it'll be interesting to see how Zilla gets along with Roman and the rest of the Bloodline. He'll definitely provide a big breath of fresh air into the Bloodline story, so hopefully big things are still on the way for the Bloodline. Some fans are already getting a bit worried about Finn Balor's move to SmackDown. From 2022 to early 2026, Finn Balor was stuck in the Judgment Day faction as a heel. Sure, he had a few runs in there as a tag team champion, but as far as singles success, that just never happened for him throughout all those Judgment Day years. But hope finally shined through when Finn broke free from the Judgment Day through the Demon Back and brought back his classic presentation. And then it was announced that Finn was traded over to SmackDown, so fans were actually beyond hopeful that this was it. This was the fresh start and big push for Finn that has been talked about for a while now. But that hope is now quickly fading after what we saw happen on the July 3rd edition of SmackDown. Finn spoke to Cody Rhodes, talking about how he came over to SmackDown with the intention of facing him for the WWE title and how he hoped Cody wins it back. And that right there is the type of feud fans expected Finn to have on SmackDown. But just a few seconds later, we get the full reveal of what Finn's actual first program is on SmackDown, and it's a feud against Tama and Tala Tonga. The brothers approached Finn Balor and took him out backstage, appearing to set up the foundation for a long-term feud there between Finn versus Tama and Tala. So seeing that as Finn's first feud on SmackDown has sort of taken the hope away for Finn's big push on SmackDown. No one really dreamed of seeing Finn feud against Tama and Tala when he was first coming to SmackDown, but that's what the reality now is. Fans speculate that Finn could get Nakamura's help against Tama and Tala, and that could be a feud there for Finn for the next several months. So big things aren't happening for Finn right now on SmackDown. But hopefully we do see Finn and Cody for the WWE title sometime down the line. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.